and welcome to the Campaign Ignition sequence. This is the 21-day business and digital marketing training course. I'm Eddie Phillips, and this is day 2 of Campaign Ignition. And today's going to be a little bit of an easier day than it was yesterday. We had a lot to do yesterday. We wanted to set up our first campaign, but there was 2 videos yesterday. One of them was all about the foundations. Building a good foundation is vitally important. So if you haven't seen those, go back and have a look at them, because they're really essential to understanding how Campaign Builder works, and also how Active Campaign, the software, the marketing automation software that we use, works as well. So yesterday, that's what we did. We actually put together a simple funnel using 2 pages and a form created through Active Campaign, and that was the start to build our prospect database. Is the very first thing, the most basic thing we need to do. Now today what we're going to do is we're going to do a follow-up email. So this is going to be a bit of an easier day today, but we're just going to create a follow-up email that happens when your prospect has actually put their details into the form, and they've gone to the delivery page, and they possibly downloaded whatever you've given them, whatever the giveaway was. But now we're going to put into the sequence, into the actual campaign we created yesterday, we're going to put into the sequence an email which is just a simple follow-up. It'll turn up in their email and maybe a few minutes after they've actually subscribed, and the purpose of the email is to start engagement. So let's go back to Active Campaign and start putting that email together. Okay, well, here we are in Active Campaign. And this is going to be a very simple process, because we're going to go to new automations, or create an automation. In fact, I'm going to close this because when you go into this normally, you're going to see a list of the automations that you've already created. Because we haven't created any as yet, we're going to start with new automation, which is this little button right here. And just on the side, we're going to go into this during this training. But if you ever look down here, you've actually got a lot of different types of automations that have already been created for you, that you can just pick and choose. And it's good to have a look at some of these, but we don't need to worry about any of these at the moment. We're just going to go start from scratch, which is the very top one here. We're going to click on that and create. Now the very first thing it does is ask you, how do you want to start the automation? Or how will your contact enter this automation? And because we've done our homework yesterday, we're actually going to start by using a tag to enter the automation. So we just need to click tag is added. Now we've got to choose which tag we're actually going to be using. Now we're going to be using a lead magnet tag. That's the LMAG tag that we put into our spreadsheet. And you can see that all of our lead magnet tags will be listed down here. Again, we've only got one because we've only just started, so we need to choose that one. We can choose whether it's going to run just once or multiple times. I'm going to choose multiple times because sometimes people lose the download and they go through the whole process again, so I don't mind them doing that. They can come and do that. It won't put another contact in there unless they use a different email address, but it will enable them to actually go and put the details in and receive another copy, or go to the delivery page for a second time so they can download another copy. And then we're just going to click on Add Start. Now what this has done is put the tag as the entry point into this automation. And if you remember, if we go back to the forms, we actually created 2 different forms. But both of these forms we gave tags to, which was our lead magnet tag. Which means that whichever way people came into this, they'll go to the same automation. So whether they went through the Thrive Themes opt-in page or the generic WordPress page, it doesn't matter. They will go into the same automation because we're using the lead mag tag. So this is our automation here. It just says automation 1. We're going to change the name of that, and you can also see that at the moment it is inactive, and it's got a little red dot up here which basically shows you that it's inactive. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into edit, and it's going to bring us back to that, and it's going to say, do you want to add a new action? Well, we could use any of these. We can go into this and click any of these, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this down for a second, because I want to show you the concept of the drag and drop side over here, which is why I think this makes it a very simple way to do it. it's based on flow charts. It's based on the flow of action, which I think makes it very, very simple to understand how your automation is going to be working or will be working. In fact, what I tend to do nowadays, I tend to draw it out a little bit first. I sort of work out a few things. I mean, very often we'll be in a campaign meeting where we're actually got it on the whiteboard. We're actually drawing the flow chart out, exactly how we want our campaign to work. And from that flow chart, we can actually take it back into Active Campaign. Just look at it and go, right, we need to do all these different steps. And it makes it very, very quick, but you've also worked out this flow, or this progression of how the campaign's going to work prior to actually coming and sitting down in front of the computer and do it. Or you can just do it in front of the computer, whichever way makes it as easy as possible for you. So now we've got our start point of the automation. We're going to go over to the right hand side here where we've got our sending options. I'm just going to collapse this for a second. We've got sending options, we've got conditions and workflow, and we've got contacts. And we're going to go into sending options because what we want to do is we want to send an email. So if I pull this over, you can just drag it and drop it to where you want it, and it will say you don't have any emails to send. You can create an email to get started. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to create an email, and we're going to give our email a name. Now this is not visible to your contacts, so you can call it what you like. So I'm going to call it this: initial follow-up email, and I'm going to create. Now what this is going to do now is going to send us through to the templates, the email templates, so you can actually pick a template and edit it to your own needs. And it's got quite a few in here, and it's worth having a little look around and seeing what these are like. Whenever you hover over any of these, it will say use this design or preview, so you can actually sort of hover over and sort of think, okay, well I'll preview this one, see what this is like. So you can preview it, and it'll pull up a page which will give you the actual email, what the email will actually look like, and what it will look like on a phone or on a mobile device. So you can go through some of these. Let's just have a look at another preview of this one here, see what that one looks like. This one looks like it's obviously designed as a real estate one, but you can just edit this how you want. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the next page, and I'm going to pick an email template that I use all the time. And one of the reasons why I use this is that all these templates are all very, very good. Absolutely nothing wrong with these templates. They're beautifully designed, and you can quite easily use them as corporate designed templates for your email. But my attitude is that this email, especially this email, is an email that I want my prospect to feel like it's come from me personally. Now, we are trying to engage with our audience, so I want to try and make them feel as if I'm talking to them directly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take either a build from scratch and I'll start my own email, or I'll pick this one here, which is a personal email. Now if I click on the preview here, you can see what it actually looks like. You can see that it's just simply a text email. Now it's got a few bits down the bottom here. I actually take some of this stuff off because what I want it to be, I want it to look like a very, very normal email from one person to another. So we're going to pick that one, and I'm going to go use this design. Now I'm going to put my title of my email in, and I want to sort of think of this as, what would I write if someone's downloaded something from me? What would be my my nice little message to them? So I could put something like this: congratulations for downloading my free report. But you can do anything, whatever is right for your industry. You've got to start thinking about the psychology of what you're doing here, what the sort of connection you're trying to make with the person who's just downloaded or just viewed a video of yours. You've got to think about how you're actually connecting and how you're engaging with people. So you can do anything you want, but you want to do something which is personal. So you could even, instead of saying congratulations, there should be an S after that, but instead of saying congratulations, what you could do is say thanks for downloading my free report. It's subtle, but it's a psychological thing that you've got to start thinking about how you're engaging with people. So then we're going to hit continue. And that's going to open up the editor, and all we need to do is we need to just type in what we want to write in here. Okay, to save time, I've composed the email and I put it into the editor. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to put some links in, because we want to start getting people to come to our site, come to different pages on our site. And again, what I've done is I've created a page which I think is going to be a good page for them to go to, and it's almost like a secondary landing page, which is this one here. And again, it's got a URL, so I'm going to take this URL and we're going to put this into the editor. So now what we're going to do, we're going to put the URL into the page, and what I've done is I've put a little section in here. So I've congratulated them on downloading the 5 points of conversion, and I said, if you're interested, I have an article for which may also help you in generating leads, and I've said that you can get it by clicking on this link below. So I'm going to create a link here. As you can see, once I've highlighted it, it's brought up this little panel at the top here, and we can just click on the link and paste it into that. Now, I'm not going to do this right now, because I'm going to save this for another training session, because I want this to be as simple as possible, so you just get this email in. But you can see underneath here it says add an action, and you can actually add an action if they've clicked on the link. You can add a tag if they've done something. So you can add remove tags, and it will enable you to create an action or create a tag that indicates the action they've taken. We're not going to do that right now. We're just going to make it nice and simple. So we're just putting a link into our email. But I just wanted to show you that that's there, because we're going to go back to that in another video. So we just click on OK. So now let's put that link in there. Now, just to tidy up, I'm going to just highlight all of this and I'm going to justify it. Okay, so that's what our page looks like. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is just put the link into the free report. So I need to grab the URL from this page here. So I'll just copy that, and I'm going to put that into here. And again, just putting the link in without doing anything else. And what I'd like to do is just sort of highlight these a little better. So I'm going to make this bold as well, and make this one bold. Okay, so we've got 2 links in there. We've got a nice email that's going out to people. The only last thing I want to do really is to take some of this stuff off. I don't want this on. If it's a personal email, you probably won't have this sort of thing on there. So I'm just going to go to, I click on it, go to the little wheel here, delete this, and are you sure? So I'm just going to go through these as well. Delete that, and delete the picture. Okay, so now I'm going to save and exit. And the reason why I save and exit first before I go any further is because I want to launch the email in the editor again, just to make sure that the formatting is okay. Because sometimes you can set it up as how you want it, but maybe the format just gets a little bit screwy. So it just sort of it helps to do it this way. I've just done it out of this like this because of experience. But that all looks okay. I'm going to get rid of this top bar, delete that. Okay. So now we've got a very, very simple email, but it's a good engaging email. Again, you can do whatever you want in this email. You know your customers more than I do, but you just got to make it quite personal, like a nice email that you'd normally get if someone was writing you an email. So don't talk to them, to your list, as if they're a list. Don't say hi all. Use their first name. That's what this is all about. That actually sort of sits in there. I'm going to show you more about how to format some of these things with personalization in another video, but I just want to get this nice simple email out. So now you've written it, now all we need to do is click on next and then finish. Okay, so now what we've got is the beginning of the automation, and we've begun this automation with a tag that we put on yesterday, and now we've created this nice little email that's going up, so a nice little follow-up email. In subsequent videos, what we're going to do is we're going to start building on this and start putting in other follow-up emails that are going to go on specific days, so it might be 2 days later, 6 days later, 5 days later, 24 hours later, that sort of thing. I'm going to show you how to do those as well, and eventually we're going to build it up into an offer at the end. So we're going to build this bridge to offer sequence. But tomorrow what we're going to be doing is I'm going to go back and have a look at landing pages and designs of landing pages and what you can do, the sort of things you need to put in there, the elements and that sort of thing. So we're going to spend a couple of days doing that over the next couple of days, because that's important as well. But just to round this automation off, before we go, we've got two little things to do, and that is, firstly, we're going to change the name of the automation, and we're going to call this we could call it something like this, 5-point lead. That basically means that it's the 5 points of conversion PDF that we're giving away, and it's in a lead generation sequence. So you name these with your own name conventions however you want to, but I'm going to save that for now as that. And the last thing we're going to do is go over to the right hand side of the screen, and we're going to make this an active automation, and that's it. So that's all we need to do today. I hope that's been of help to you in your business. We're going to start building these up, but let's wait till tomorrow and we're going to do some lead generation pages.